Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ify Artistry. In case you are new here, welcome back to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching my videos and welcome back to my channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how I achieved this beautiful brows. So if this is what you're interested in, keep on watching, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and put on your post notifications to get notified when I post my new video. Let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with combing up the brow hairs, because you already know I already did my foundation work, the skin work. A lot of foundation and powder actually touched there, so I'm going to comb up the hairs. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is get this I'm using the age control from this, I don't know the name of that brand actually, so I use that age control then and slick down the brows. I'm going to tame the brows. So some people use brow tamer to do this, but I use this particular age control because somehow it doesn't have like a lot of oils, and then I just tame it up or towards the direction I want my brow hairs to actually fall. And then when I do that, I actually use this the back of my spoolie to just slick it down, because I want the hairs to be at a place when I'm actually drawing. I don't like it when I'm drawing brows and the hairs, they are like all scattered and all that. Like I want the hairs to be at a place, so I just tame it up. You can see the way I'm just taking the hairs towards the direction I want them to be. Okay, so having done that, I'm going to get my Beauty by AD setting powder in amber. So I'm going to be using my tiny beauty blender from Nuban Cosmetics and just set the brows, because in as much as this does not really produce much oil, like it doesn't produce oil actually, even if maybe a little bit or something, but still I want my Beauty by AD powder to set it at a place. Then after doing that, I'm going to use my brush to dust out the powders, and when they already dust out, then they are ready for me to now draw. So I'm using this brush from Merak Cosmetics, my angled brush from Merak Cosmetics, and I'm using the gel liner from Hage and Esther in Nubia. So I'm using the both of them to outline my brows. So this angled brush from Merak Cosmetics is one of the sweetest angled brush ever for me. Like I fell in love from the time I started using it. Okay, so I'm going to just use that and start outlining the brows, starting from the down part of the brows. So when I carved the brows, I was so careful to make sure that I give it the shape I want these brows to have, so when I was carving, because like she came in with like so much brow, like the brows have a lot of hair, so when I'm carving, I try to give it a shape that I want the brows to have. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the shape now and outline the brows. So when I get to the brow bone, I'm just going to give it an arc a little bit, just curve it a little bit. And then having done that, I'm going to go to the upper part of the brows. So when I'm actually drawing the brows, I try to make sure that I don't give the brows too much space. You can see like I stop from where the hairs of the brows, like the hairs, her hairline, the place they stopped, that's where my lines are going to start from. So I try as much as possible to make sure like I don't do too much. If you watch the videos where I carve the brows, you can see the way I carve my brows. So when I go up, I equally carve out from the upper part, so that when I actually comb up or when I tame them down, the hairs will not be too long. Okay, so that's why that's how I make sure I don't get a very, very big brows, because like if I'm going to be drawing the brows from the hairline, using the hairline as measurements, then that when I'm carving, I'm going to equally be very careful not to over carve. I'm going to be very careful not to, I'm going to be very careful not to make sure that they are not too big, something like that. Yeah, so I was done with that first part. Then I'm going to be going over to the second part of the brows now, and I'm going to do the same thing, just carving, taking it up towards the direction, just the direction the hairlines are. I'm just going to just take it up, and when I get to that place, I'm going to, you know, give an arc, then go over to the upper part of the brows and do the same. Just watch and enjoy the process. Okay guys, so I'm done with the outline, and now I'm going to go over to filling out the brows. I'm going to be using my David's pencil in color 003. You can see how pointed that pencil is. Honestly, if you don't sharpen your pencil to be this pointed, I don't know what you are doing. You have to be so pointed and then, you know, precise. Yeah, so I'm just basically filling out the hairs in the places she doesn't have hairs, because like lately I don't like dark brows. Honestly, I don't like dark brows. I love my brows very natural, so I'm just gonna fill out the places she doesn't have hairs basically. And when I fill them out, I think I am done. So yeah, the places she doesn't have hairs, that's what we are just filling out. You can see the places, the lot of places I didn't touch. You can see how they are looking like the places I just filled out, like they are just basically the same thing. And as I keep looking back, it's as if like I'm taking my eyes out, right? What I'm doing is actually picking another pencil from my assistant. Like immediately it's just as if I'll just do 2 lines or 3 lines, the sharp mouth will just go away, and I'll take another one, you know. So when I'm walking, that is it. So after doing that, I still use my spoolie brush to comb it out, because like I said, I love natural brows, so that's what I do. I don't like it when, you know, maybe when you are doing it, there are a lot of broken pencils on. I don't know if my pencil is actually the actual original one, but I know the pencil I have is good, so that is it for that. Then I think I'm done with the first brows. I'm going over to the second one now. Sorry. So I'm going to continue with filling out just light strokes. I don't do too much of heavy strokes, just light strokes, and I take it one step at a time. I don't rush or do too much of like drawing too much line, just light strokes, you know. Yeah, as long and as far as my pencil can carry me, I draw them. Like this part of the brows, I don't know why they are not really my favorite. I definitely choose my left hand side more than I choose the light. So I already changed the pencil, you can see that. So as I'm doing this, I keep changing pencils. Like I can, if I'm walking, I have like probably 6 to 7 pencils already sharpened, and as I'm going, my girl is sharpening more, so that's I use them. So I haven't done that. I probably still comb it out. You can see, like I said, brows are sisters, they are not twins, so I'm not gonna kill myself. All right, so having done that, I'm going to get my my flat brush from Merak Cosmetics, my favorite for concealing. Then I'm going to be using this Zikel Cosmetics concealer in shade neutral. I'm going to be using neutral on her brow bone, and then nude and the beginning of the brows. I think that is nude. It should be nude. It's either nude or caramel, I don't know. It has been long I filmed this look, so you guys should not even mind me that like I filmed this look late last year. I think it's in October or November of last year. Yeah, so I don't know, I have been shying away from editing my videos. Yeah, but I'm doing them now. Okay, so what am I saying? Yeah, so like I said, I'm using neutral to conceal the brow bone, and I think this should be caramel. Honestly, I don't know if it's nude, but it's actually, is it actually nude or caramel? I can't really say for sure anymore. All right, so I'm just using that to conceal the highlight. So when I'm concealing the brows, like I said, my model or my clients have to close their eyes and stay at a place. Do not talk and don't open your eyes for my sanity, please. All right, so I'm going to continue. So when I get to the beginning of the brows and the outer part of the brows, I'm going to use the darker shade while I use the lighter one at the brow bone. So I'm going to equally make sure that I have a very sharp and straight line. I don't know how sharp, because I was looking at this line now, I was not seeing the sharpness. So I now saw that I went back again to emphasize on it so that it's going to be more straight. Yeah, and that's how we roll. Okay, so let's continue. Doing that gradually. Like when it comes to brows, guys, like take your time, do not rush. Is better. When I started makeup initially, like the first time I started makeup, is the brows that says the truth for me. So when I'm done working and the Ashebi girls comes in and they look at the bride and they're like, oh wow, this brows is so nice, who did this makeup? Yeah, so they actually judge or do whatever from your brows. If it's good, they mark you good. If it's bad, they say you don't know what you're doing. That is it for them, no longer now, because makeup is makeup now, whether the brows is okay or not. But at the end of the day, still, as a good makeup artist, you still need to know how to do your brows, like so well. You need to know how to do your brows. Okay guys, so moving over to the second side. Okay, yeah, I was done with concealing. I didn't really show that so well, but it's okay. Okay, so moving over to the upper part. Honestly, I don't know how I'm concealing that part with that brush. It does not work for me. I don't use that brush to conceal the upper part because I've tried it and it's not working. I didn't know. Okay, I was still using it, but honestly, I know I use my angled brush to conceal the upper part of the brows. I don't know that they probably, I tried to use this. I don't know how I managed to use it, but and it's working. Probably I should even be using that brush. Probably it should be better for me, but I don't know why. I don't. I just feel so comfortable using my angled brush that I've been using for ages. Like, how can somebody just be using different angle? You use this particular one to conceal the down part and use another one to conceal the up part. Am I okay at all? That's by the way. So guys, let's continue. I'm going to conceal the upper part. The upper part of the brows is not just like concealing. I just like clean out the edges of the brows, honestly, because like if you look at the line of that brows, the one I've not concealed, you can see that it's very neat. Yeah, because I try my possible best to do a neat job when I'm actually drawing the brows, you know. So don't wait till you come to concealing before you start fighting with yourself to do a good job, you know. So when I'm drawing, I make sure that I do a neat work, you know. So it's going to be easy for me. It's just for me to clean it out and let it be neat. I think that shade is actually nude because it's light. It's supposed to be caramel that I'm going to be using, but I'm using nude, and that's why the nude is light, you know. Like the concealer I'm using at the upper part I'm talking about is actually a light shade, but that's not really much of a problem because I'm going to clean it out and set with powder. So even if it's light, I'm still going to work on it. Okay, so let's do that. Just conceal. The reason why I'm concealing is just to clean it out and let it be neat, you know, very precise and very neat. Basically, you can see, oh my god, look at these brows. Oh god, I love these brows. Yeah, so that is it, guys. The reason why I'm actually talking all through this voiceover is because I'm trying to get comfortable with talking on voiceover. I'm not really used to doing this, but yeah, I'm trying. Okay guys, so having done that, I already blended when I was concealing because the concealer was going to dry out. So I get my powder from my powder palette, a light shade of powder, and I use it and set the brow bone, the light shade that is the same color for the concealer. Then I use the same shade I used in the beginning of the brows, like when I used the nude. Yeah, I use that's the shade nude. The concealer, the shade is nude. So but in the brow bone I use the neutral, so I'm going to look for powder that has that same shade and use it as set. So I love to set my brows so that whenever anything that is happening, nothing will happen to the brows. Even if you want to do anything, it's going to be at a place. I don't like after drawing brows, I'll go into eyeshadow without setting it. I set so that whatever happens, my brows is safe. Okay, yeah. So I think this actually is the end of our video, because the brows is already all set. Thank you so much for watching my videos. You guys are really the real MVP. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye.